Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house. Yes. And we got to talk about this article from Boxing Scene where George Foreman is talking about Joshua. And it got a little interesting twist to it, so let's just go ahead and get on in to the article. And it's a short one too, so hopefully we won't be here long. It says George Foreman, Joshua doesn't need Ruiz, delayed the rematch. We'll probably wind up reading the whole thing, but it's pretty quick. So like I said, Foreman, two-time heavyweight champion George Foreman, former two-time heavyweight champion George Foreman expects Anthony Joshua to come back even stronger in the near future. Last year Joshua was shocked in a fight where he was heavily favored to win at Madison Square Garden in New York City. That gotta be a typo, and it does say last year. Then it says Joshua was dropped 4 times by big underdog Andy Ruiz before the fight was waved off in the 7th round. Then Foreman, like many, had not expected Joshua to lose the fight. Now here's what Foreman had to say. He says, "I was shocked, like we all were, when Anthony Joshua was put down by Andy Ruiz, but I believe Anthony will come back and be even better now, because there's a realization that you can lose. There is a process of grieving after a loss like this," Foreman told The Telegraph. "When you are the heavyweight champion of the world, it is not like you have lost a fight. You have actually lost a part of yourself. You have got to find it again. Joshua cannot afford to disappear. You have to be public, because you cannot hide from the media. Then after about a month, you get it together again. You find yourself on the heavy punching bag or bags. You are angry." Joshua's already exercised the option for the media rematch clause, hoping to recapture the IBF, IBO, WBA, and WBO world titles. Foreman says, "I would not be anxious for a quick rematch with Ruiz at all. I do not believe he should go into the rematch later this year or next. He does not need Ruiz. Ruiz needs him. In 6 months, all those belts will be split again." Now that's the kicker right there. He said the belts will be split again. We'll visit that in a second. He says in 6 months they will be out there again, and Joshua can get one of them back, and then eventually 2 of them. Foreman said, "Go back and start all over. You cannot be in a rush. If I can be heavyweight champion 20 years after I lost it, certainly the young man can be. In 2 years, he will have all those belts again. He's a great fighter, and the future belongs to him." Okay, now, we definitely got to get into the part where he said in 6 months, they will be out there again. Matter of fact, let's read that again. It says in 6 months, they will be out there again, and Joshua can get one of them back. One of them. So you know what Big George is alluding to. It can't even be the fact that he's saying Ruiz will lose him, which he could, but really what he's saying, it's going to have to be some vacancies involved. And see, that's what I was saying before. When you're talking about unified champions, undisputed, because it's a difference. Undisputed, that means you're obligated to have mandatories from 4 different, and in this case, if the WBC get involved, if you're the undisputed champ, 5 different. Matter of fact, let me see. Well, you count the WBA regular title, which we're not. But between the WBC, WBA, IBF, IBO, WBO, that's 5 times you will have to honor a mandatory. That's hard to do. That's why I said before, it is virtually impossible for an undisputed champion to exist for a long time. You can do that for a couple years. You can get by with that. But eventually those mandatories will catch up with you, where the alphabet boys will be like, "Well, hold up. I want him to fight Ruiz. Well, hold up. I want him to fight Brazil. Well, hold on. Well, we want him to fight Dillian White." Now you might get 2 of them, maybe even 3 of them that'll agree, but another 1 or 2 of them will disagree and start threatening to snatch their belt. It's bound to happen. That's just how it is. And how do we know it's bound to happen? Well, all you have to do is look at their rankings. Their rankings from 1 to 10 ain't even close to being the same. And I'm not just talking about the mandatory or the #1 contender or even the top 3. The whole list, if you look at the WBC list compared, and I'm not going to pull it up, but if you look at the WBC list compared to the IBFs, it's completely different. WBA compared to the WBO, completely different. Who cares about the IBO? Most people don't even take that serious at this point, maybe in a couple years. But the point is, it's not really meant for those belts to stay together. So Big George is right. It probably will be a belt or 2 floating out there in a couple years or next year or whatever. And I believe the one that's going to split from the bunch, the one that's going to probably strip them, I believe will be the IBF. Well, or maybe the WBO. Because the WBC and the WBA, now I don't know if it'll be before the Fury fight with Wilder or after the Fury fight with Wilder, but they have plans, the WBC and WBA, on making that fight happen. And I believe that's where the controversy is going to kick in. I believe the WBO is going to say, no, we want him to fight. And now, mind you, this could be Tyson Fury. Now, if Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder, then I think the WBO fall in line. I think it'll be Ruiz versus Fury if that happens. And the WBA, WBC, and the WBO will be in line with that. Because that'll be the WBO's #1 contender or mandatory that'll get put in there with them. And Wilder will be out of the way, so the WBC will fall in line with that too. WBA already said. Matter of fact, no matter who has the green belt, the WBC is going to want to put him in there with Ruiz. They've already said it. Wilder just happened to be the guy that had a belt. So either way, so if that's the case, the WBO probably would be cool and the IBF a trip. But the IBF really don't have a #1 at this time because Pulev's still suspended. So but we'll see how that go. But AJ might want to take heed to what Big George is saying, because if anybody knows how taking a loss when you was the undefeated heavyweight champion can mess your head up, it's Big George, because he wasn't right for years after that Ali fight. So AJ might want to take heed to that. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This here Bustin' Boxing Fight Doctor. Hit me up in the comment section. Do you think perhaps those belts will get scattered again in about a year or 6 months? Or is it possible that Ruiz or whoever it is that win between Ruiz and AJ can hold on to all those belts without getting stripped or have to vacate 1 or 2 of them because of different mandatories? Hit me up in the comment section, let me know. Also, hit me up and let me know if you think AJ should stay away from Ruiz for maybe a year and just see if somebody else beat him and try to grab the belts. Who knows? But hit me up in the comment section, let me know. Hit that like button, also hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely, we're trying to get to 100. This is a new channel. 100 really isn't much, but that is a landmark for us. So we're trying to get to 100. We're at 89 right now. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can also get notified when we drop a video. This is Bustin' Boxing Fight Doctor. I am out.